Now, tell us about ExactData. It's a synthetic data generation. Well, how do you describe sort of the what of the company when you're getting into it?
Sure. So it's high fidelity synthetic data generation. By that I mean it's very rich. It mirrors the production databases, longitudinally consistent, very realistic. But it's actually
from top to bottom, like things you see, and probably the data representation similar.
Internally consistent, consistent across disparate data stores, across your system of databases. Wow. But it's actually designed for the system under test. So we'll take the system requirements, algorithm requirements, and we'll design the use cases and requirements into the data. Lots of coverage of the use cases, lots of variation of the use cases, and actually not only generate the data to test it, but the system response file, so you can actually do black box testing. You can run the data through, compare it to the what we say it should be, and do your scoring and actually measure precision of the system.
Do you think of it as more art, science, or kind of both? Because it seems like there'd be a nice artistic component to that.
Yeah.
Right? Does that make sense?
Interesting question, yeah. I'm an engineer. I love the science behind this. It's hard science. It's unveiling the vein behind what goes on in these systems. A lot of the clients we work with don't know how these systems are performing, which is kind of scary to me. And we're actually able to unveil that veil and quantitatively in a very systemic and quantitative fashion. A lot of good math behind it. Tell them exactly what's happening, and to me that's really exciting.
So I have a prediction. I think in a couple of years, cyber is going to be your biggest application. That'd be my guess.
Yeah, we're pretty excited.
Spectacular.
It's a neat use case. We think we bring a lot of value in this very niche area where we are the market leader in this particular area, and we are seeing a need for it in some of the people we've talked to. So, we'll see.
Love the company. I love all the stuff you do, and I love that you guys are in Rochester. That's such a cool tech community. Rochester Institute of Technology has such a rich tradition of engineers, and obviously Kodak, having such deep roots in that community. It's cool that you guys are parked there. There are a lot of tech companies around you. I would imagine there would be.
Yeah, it's interesting. You've got U of R, you've got some major universities, RIT. Yeah. You've had major corporations like Kodak and Xerox that have downsized, and people like the area. So we have a very rich talent community. We have some of the best engineers in the world, available out there for us to hire and recruit. So we've been really lucky with the talent we have. It's just world class.
Looks like you're having fun. You like being the
president
of the company?
It's a great place to be.
And your wife's involved too, right?
Yeah, a little bit, a little bit. But it's a good place to be. We kind of went through a lot of the hard times any startup does. Everybody goes through it, and we're getting some recognition. We're working on some of the largest IT projects in the world today in the federal government, and we're a key technology component for these projects. And for a small upstate New York company, I mean, to me, that's just really, it's really exciting.
One other thing, a parenthetical thing, my observation, you guys are engineers. Like, you guys are about as much an engineering culture as I've ever seen. Like, you probably don't spend 3 seconds on marketing, and you've done well, with your team, really just on the basis of building great tools.
Yeah.
Now we got to get you like this big marketing engine.
It's pretty sad, or it's pretty sad that we don't do that very well.
That's all right. But, something for what you do.
Yeah.
I see a lot of the inverse. I see a lot of companies that'll swing through that don't have that engineering culture. To market, it's sort of vacuous.
Yeah.
You guys are literally the inverse of that. Really cool tech, great opportunities, and I'm so happy that things are going well. I'm excited for the company. I have a feeling you guys are going to be a big monster group pretty soon.
Hope so.
You come back and see us, remember us, way back
the
when.
Little guys, right?
Yeah, there you go. Be nice to me on your way up, right?
Right.
So that's awesome. Listen, thanks so much for
coming
to visit us in New York, and good luck with all the things you're doing, and hopefully you'll come back and visit.